Alright, this is going to be a short video for DFT 1305, how to put a viewport on your D sheet. This is going to be how to put a viewport on your D sheet. In front of you, you'll see the D sheet already made. I showed you how to do that in a previous video. I sent out the link on that earlier today. And now I'll show you how to get that viewport in there. The title block is all filled out the way it is for your master title block. And now I'll show you how to do the viewport. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is put in a control line. L enter for the line. And you want to make sure your snaps are on and ortho is on. And this is just a control line. We're going to be deleting this line a little bit later. You'll snap into this little end of curve here, left click, and just drop it somewhere in between these two lines. Spacebar to go out of the command. Now the next thing you're going to do, and I always start in the same corner so I remember which corner that I start in, because when you come around for this viewport, you're going to be clicking all the way around. When you come back to the starting point, you will not click on that viewport, on that point. You're going to hit CL to close it. If you click on it, the viewport will not work. You'll have to do it over. So you come around to your starting point and hover and then CL. But let's get started on making the viewport. So the layout tab at the top of the ribbon up there, the last one on the right. Then you come back to the left to the layout viewport panel. And up there you'll see rectangular viewport if you hover over that. We want polygonal for this viewport. So do the drop down, go to polygonal, and then the command line says specify the start point. And again, I always start the same place so I don't forget where I started. And I'll left click there for the start point. Ortho is on, snaps are on. Now this control line that I put in, I'm going to do the intersection of that control line right there. Left click on that. Come straight down with perpendicular snap on, left click there, come across to the left, and the beginning of curve, or BC, that's a survey term, but it's the beginning of this curve as we go into it, left click there. Now, as you can see, we're still in the line command, or line portion of this, but we have to go around this curve now. So down at the bottom, I don't know if you can quite see that, but the command line has an option for A for arc. So A, enter. Now you can see that we have a nice arc going. So now we select the EC, or end of curve, right there. It'll come out a little bit, pan down a little bit, and now we need to go straight again. So L enter is another option down at the command line, L enter. And now we can go straight up to the BC of this curve here. Left click into it. And again, we're going into a curve, so we use the option that's down at the bottom for A, enter in the command line. Now, this is the point here that we're in the curve, but we're going to hover over the start point and CL, C as in Charlie, L as in line, CL to close it, and then hit enter. And there is your viewport. You're almost done with this now. The last thing you have to do is delete this control line. So select the one line, not the polyline viewport, just that control line that you put in initially, and delete. And now you have created a viewport for your D sheet, and this will be for your final project as well. And we'll go ahead and save that, and that should conclude this part of how to make a viewport on your D sheet. And that's viewports in general. So again, this was a polygonal viewport. It is all one piece. It goes nicely around curves, and that's why we use that particular one. Any questions, of course, email me. Thanks for your attention, and we will talk to you soon.